You know, life on the prairie can be tough sometimes. Whenever life gets tough, a good gardener goes back to his roots. Oh, hello there. Hi. I'm Jason with Agroforestry. It's the middle of December, and although we have some sun shining and it's more or less t-shirt weather, a little bit chilly, as you can tell, the leaves are all off of the trees and the gardening season is pretty much done. Well, not entirely. There's still a few things left to be done, and there's still food left to be harvested in the ground. Today I'm going to show you a very special plant, a very special edible that you can grow, that we grow, that produces a lot of calories and is amazingly easy to grow. You can store it in the ground right where it is and harvest it as you need it. Come over here, let me show you. These are Canna lilies, and they are done for the year. Now, not too long ago, I presented a video to you where I showed you how to take the roots of a canna and put them up in peat moss to preserve them if you happen to live in, say, zone 6 or higher, or someplace where they're just not going to survive in the ground. Here in zone 7A, they'll survive in the ground throughout the winter. Well, these started at the beginning of the year with just a little tiny root rhizome, barely the size of my little finger. And they've grown into a sprawling clump that has a fairly substantial spread. And to get them out, we're going to need a good sturdy garden fork. You want to get in a little ways away from the roots. You get the tines of the fork down at an angle underneath the root ball, which can be, as you'll see, somewhat substantial. There we go. We're getting somewhere. There we go. All right. You guys ready for the big reveal? Gotta get them all out. There's still a bit left there. All right, let's see what we got here. So for this operation, we're going to need a pair of pruners, a source of water, which you can use a bucket. I've got a garden hose that I can spray with, and of course a little bit of patience. So go over here and we're just going to cut off these stalks that grow right there. Sorry, and copper stalks. Wow. There we go. All right, time to get this stuff washed off. All right, so we got one root there. Remember, we started out with one rhizome, about the size of, well, about the size of my little finger. One rhizome at the beginning of the year. At the end of the year, we have all this. So there's one definite plant we can get out of here. There's 2, maybe 3, 4. Okay, so we got 44 plants worth cleaned off. We have enough to propagate 44 more plants off of the single one that we started last year. Of course, I retained the first one. It's replanted. So we turned 1 into 45. See how much food's there. Okay, so in between outside and inside, I did some calculations. 3.2 ounces per pound, it's 20%. So if I lose 20% to the small roots and the skins and stuff like that out of 19 pounds, I have just right around 15 pounds worth of usable food. Okay, for our next part of the operation, we're going to take a canna root, either a small paring knife or a pair of kitchen scissors, whichever floats your boat, and just trim off all the small little rootlets on the outside of the tuber. Cut these little ones off. Right? Preferably use a sharp knife. off. There you go. And then we're going to run this under the water. Okay, I should point out that although a canna can grow and stay in the ground all year round, zone 8 on down into the tropics, or up into the tropics depending upon what side of the planet you're on. If you're going to be cooking the roots, the better ones are 1 season's worth of growth. So the new roots, like these. A little bit of tough skin on the outside, but for the most part, that's all new growth. Whenever they get old, they're going to develop a dark, hard rind on the outside, and the root's going to become a lot more tough and fibrous. So try to get just the first year's growth, or 1 year's worth of growth, 1 season's worth of growth even. There we go. Alright, so now we've got enough cans to fill up the bottom of the kettle. We're going to fill it with water, just enough to cover the roots. Onto the stove. We'll bring the water up to a boil. So now we've got them boiling. Let's reduce our heat. Alright, so we're going to let these simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then we'll pour off the water, rinse them really well, and then immerse them in cold water to let them cool off so you can handle them. I'll show you what to do next. So this is the next day. These have had enough time to cool off. Just take a sharp knife. Scrape the outside of the root to remove that skin. It should come right off pretty easy. If you got a hard fibrous part like that bit right there, you just cut it loose. Okay. Just peel that skin off. Just like so. Young garlic plant, green garlic. Put that to the side. This one here is an Egyptian walking onion, perennial topset onion. Both of these are out there in the garden and easy to pull up right now. This is all perennials here, all perennials. I'm going to cut this canna up. Just cut it up into bite-sized pieces. So, let there be fire. A little bit of olive oil. You can use hazelnut oil, pecan oil. I guess even peanut oil if you wanted to. Put the pan and medium heat. We got our fresh veggies right on into the skillet. A little bit of salt if you've got it available. And saute. And a little bit of pepper if you got some of that. And we just keep on going and tossing until our aromatic herbs get wilted down and the canna roots start to get a little golden brown on the outside. Just like that. We'll just spill some all over the place. That'll be great. Nobody's gonna notice. Alright, there we go. Bon appetit. I'll catch you next time.